Fabrizio Romano has spoken out about Jurrien Timber and his proposed move to Manchester United Football Club. There's been a lot of speculation. There's been a lot of concern. There's been a lot of worry about whether or not this deal is going to get over the line or not. We're going to take a look back at some of the previous claims made about this deal and the current trajectory of this proposed signing. We're going to take a look at what Fabrizio Romano has said most recently. Of course, go through some of the other journalistic takes. Plus, I'm going to give you my own thoughts and feelings. Make sure you're smashing that like button. You're leaving your comments below as well. We're also going to take a look at the Darwin Nunez deal because there's a lot of stuff being said, a lot of stuff being written that isn't quite true, or it's a variation of the truth. We're going to go through that with you right now on the Football Terrace. Hit that like and that share button. Let's do this. It has been claimed by Fabrizio Romano that there is the distinct possibility that Manchester United could be rejected by Jurrien Timber. You can check this out on Fabrizio's most recent column for Caught Offside. Of course, check out his YouTube channel as well. All links are in the description below. But what of the Jurrien Timber deal? Why is there suddenly this call and this thought that Manchester United could be rejected by the player? So, of course, fan media will dictate, fan media will suggest that, it's because United's not a good project, that Manchester United are not the place for him. But let's take a little look back at some of the different things that have been said. So we go back and look here. It was just less than a week ago that a prominent Dutch journalist said he was absolutely convinced that Manchester United would sign Jurrien Timber. You had the Muppeteers, highly credible, highly connected in the Manchester United worlds, state that the confidence of Man United closing in on deals for Timber and Nunez, whilst the Frankie de Jong case continues to remain open, I wouldn't expect medicals or announcements to be announced while the international duties on, but of course that there was a confidence around those two deals. There was, of course, Paul Hurst, who stated that Ajax are talking to Manchester United, that he's thought the fee could be up to £43 million required to sign him. And of course, there was just over a week ago, his representatives were here in the UK. So why suddenly the thought of rejection? Well, it's very simple. This isn't about not wanting to come to Manchester United. This isn't about not wanting to play for Erik ten Hag. This isn't about Man United's project per se. This isn't even about the fact that most players that have signed for us under previous regimes have failed. This isn't the motivating factor here for Jurrien Timber. It's very much focused around his future. Of course, he wants to be part of the Ajax team going to the World Cup. There isn't an entire season to help with that either. Remember, the World Cup is not in the summer of 2023. It's in the winter of 2020, December 2020. It's literally it's about 6 months away from taking place. Players, especially players that are on the edge of squads, in and around the first team, their game time is absolutely imperative. What hasn't been guaranteed yet to Jurrien Timber, and it shouldn't be guaranteed to him, is regular first team opportunities. Let me rephrase that. Not first team up and play brilliantly or poorly under Erik ten Hag, but the door needs to be remained open for everybody. That is the kind of attitude that whether you like some of the centre-backs remaining or not, the attitude that the mantra from the club has got to be, well, we just want everybody to be fighting for positions. Everybody's got to have the chance to play. Everybody's got to have the opportunity to push into that first team. At the moment, what it sounds like to me is that Timber isn't quite backing his own quality, isn't quite backing his ability to transition from the Eredivisie to the Premier League quickly, to be able to burst into the Man United team and stay there. I'm pretty sure if we spent £40 million on a new centre-back, I'm pretty sure if the Man United transfer committee and board scrap their plans to sign Pau Torres in favour of Erik ten Hag's Jurrien Timber, Timber's going to get the chance to play. I'm now looking at this and focusing on the player. Does he believe in himself? Or will he, as Fabrizio kind of says here, will he reject the idea of coming to Manchester United in favour of guaranteed first-team football in the Eredivisie at Ajax? That is all this comes down to. Personal terms are not going to be a problem. They're pretty much agreed. He's excited about the idea of joining the club. Manchester United and Ajax are in and around an agreement in terms of the fee. This is more about the player now. Man United are going to hold back, by the way, from talking to Ajax until the player 100% commits now. They're going to put very little more effort into negotiations with Ajax until the player is saying, yeah, I'm coming. A week, 10 days ago, he was a lot more sure. Now, he may be having a few second thoughts. Is it the right move for me at this time? Will I get the game time that I want? Am I good enough to burst into that Man United first team? They're the questions that are being asked and posed by him right now. But I want your thoughts and feelings. If Jurrien Timber doesn't back himself over Maguire, back himself over Lindelof, is he, in your opinion, of the right mindset and mentality to be a leading Manchester United centre-back? I want to know your thoughts right now. Now, Darwin Nunez is an interesting deal. Liverpool are now in for him. This is a cast iron, bona fide fact. And they have been for a while. This isn't new news either. I think the first time I tweeted about Liverpool's interest was around 10 to 14 days ago. I know other Man United content creators have been talking about this and sharing these links. The news that Liverpool are pushing for him is increasing day by day. So the question is, well, Terry, how can Darwin Nunez be close to Manchester United? How can a deal for Darwin Nunez be on the cards if Liverpool are now in for him? What is this? What does close mean? Well, this thing for me. We're talking to Dean Jones about this yesterday. What's really intriguing is this: Man United's deal for him is close. He's happy with the terms that Manchester United have offered. He's happy with the project. He isn't concerned about not having Champions League football right away. The deal is advanced. It is getting closer. Manchester United are closing in on a deal for Darwin Nunez. This, for me, is about as factual as it can be. Now, there are some UK-based journalists that are playing it down. They're suggesting that the noise that Man United are close in Portugal is a little bit fabricated. It's being exaggerated somewhat. It isn't. Man United have been working hard on this deal. The reason this deal is slowing down, and a lot of journalists don't want to put their name to it, is because Liverpool are now involved. Liverpool are umming and ahhing because they're saying they won't pay the same transfer fee that Man United are willing to pay. Man United, though, are trying to negotiate that price down. So, although Man United might be very close in all areas to securing this deal, although they may be at an advanced stage, maybe the completion of this transfer is still anywhere between 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks away. Because it's been said by every single journalist when connecting Man United to this player that if other big clubs, especially clubs at the top of the mountain, the Liverpools of this world, come in, Darwin Nunez will consider it. So Man United can do everything in their power. They can get right to the precipice, right to the edge. But with Liverpool hovering around, until Darwin gets to the point where he says, you know what, I need to make my mind up now. Pre-season training is starting. I want to get immersed in my new squad. This could still prolong. This could still take, as I said, anywhere between 2 to 6 weeks, even though Man United are right on the edge. All United can do in this time period is keep talking to the player, talking to his reps, and trying their best to keep him as happy as possible. So don't let the kind of news that Liverpool are now involved twist the facts that Man United are close. This is just typical in transfers. Some media outlets really try and make it sound like, oh, you know, this journalist lied because it isn't as close because this is... That's not how it works. It really isn't how it works. Read all the reports, read them in detail, as opposed to maybe the Twitter headlines or the newspaper headlines. Read what's actually going on. Listen to what the journalists have got to say. Stop. For me, ignore the bullet point journalists because it's a craziness for me. Man United are close, but Liverpool are coming in. Liverpool are serious. And of course, they could turn these heads. Of course, they could sign him over Man United. That is pretty... I don't even think it needs to be explained anymore. It's pretty obvious. Now, a final update here. Christian Eriksen is one of Manchester United's top targets this summer, with Erik ten Hag prioritising midfield signings. United are competing with Tottenham and, of course, Brentford to sign him. Now, the news around Christian Eriksen doesn't seem to want to go away. Dean Jones spoke about it yesterday and said absolutely 100% Man United are in for him. Spurs are leading the race, though. There is the sentimental connection, there is the familiarity, and there is Champions League football. It's a difficult one for Manchester United. There's also the element of first-team opportunity. Man United are working tirelessly, update later today coming for you, about Frenkie de Jong. United are pulling out every single stop, every single trick, every single string to their bow is being used to try and bring Frenkie de Jong in. Donny van der Beek is going to be given another opportunity, and a big opportunity. A lot of game time being promised to him by Erik ten Hag. Of course, Bruno Fernandes, whether you like it, I like it, he likes it, she likes it, they like it, Bruno Fernandes will be given ample game time and opportunity, at the very least in the opening 6 months of Erik ten Hag's reign. He'll be given the chance to get back to his potent best. It's something that Erik ten Hag wanted. That's why he signed off. That's why he said yes to him getting a new deal. Christian Eriksen is a player a lot of Man United players want. He's a player that I'm very, very excited about. And he's a player we are 110% in for. But it's hard to get over the line. The reason I'm focusing on these deals is I did see a tweet. I did see a tweet from a Man United aggregator account. I'm not going to say who it is because it's not a beef thing. But I think there's too much panic setting in from Manchester United fans. And this tweet that I saw, and I'm going to read it out here, I'm scrolling down to it, essentially said, Timber's going to reject us. Eriksen's going to reject us for Tottenham. Darwin will eventually reject us for Liverpool. And Frenkie de Jong will go to another club. Our transfer window is already in a mess. It's not in a mess in any way, shape, or form. United are fighting a battle because of 9 years of failure. Manchester United are having to work tirelessly to get some of these deals over the line. We have no Champions League football. And there is no guarantee that these players will be a success here or they will achieve their goals because we have failed for a decade. There comes a point where even your name starts to lose a bit of potency and pull when you've failed. But Man United fans shouldn't be panicking at this moment in time. And even if it does go wrong, it shouldn't be the focus on the recruitment team and the now manager for failing. It's the position that they find themselves in. They are essentially trying to repair a sinking ship whilst out at sea. You know, Man United aren't docked up, the ship bone dry and able to fix all the holes and the problems. They're doing it while they're on a voyage, trying to encourage new shipmates to come on board a sinking ship while they try and rebuild it. It's a very, very difficult job. And for me, I think fans have got to try and remain as patient as possible, especially considering the transfer window has not even officially opened. Players are away on holiday and there's international football on. Eriksen, Darwin Nunez and Timber, Darwin Nunez are close. They are deals that Man United feel very, very confident about and are very, very close to getting secured. They just need to convince the players that they are the best place for them to be. Eriksen is a little bit different. Spurs are leading that race, but Man United are in it. But it isn't a player that is of paramount importance to them with Donny, Bruno, and in their eyes, hopefully Frenkie de Jong, a player they're putting more energy and effort into signing. I want your thoughts and I want your feelings below, people. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And I'll see you all again soon. Thank you.